Welcome to Maximilian.
Thank you, Ferris, for this really nice introduction. Maybe you want to hold the presentation because your introduction was so good. So thank you, everyone. Today I will talk how to onboard the next billion users. It's a quite humble title, I guess, but let's do this. So I will talk about account abstraction and domains today, and also about the product we are developing, which is smart domains. So I divided my presentation today in 3 parts. The first part is how to break the current barriers that we have today in onboarding to Web3. So I will just make a small questions right now. Who has heard of account abstraction here? Or externally owned accounts or smart accounts? Okay. Who heard about ENS? There we are. There are some people. And did you heard about the collaboration between ENS and GoDaddy? Not yet, but you will. Okay, you did. So, and did you heard about CCIP and data feeds? Yeah, the Chainlink guys. Yeah, those are like all topics I'm gonna talk about today. So let's start. How the current onboarding process looks like. So the current onboarding process is totally fucked up because if people are not into Web3, they will fall off and they will stop the process immediately. So the onboarding process looks like this. First, you will install a wallet. The second step is setting up an authentication method. Then you will secure your passphrase. Next step is checking your passphrase. So your passphrase is basically a 12 words list. Then you go to a centralized exchange or an on-ramp provider. You buy some tokens. Then you copy and paste the address. You make sure that you chose the right address. Most of the time, before making the main transaction, you're always sending a test transaction. And yeah, that's it. So, and the result is pretty bad. So people are being locked out of their fortunes because of address poisoning scams, because of funds are sent to non-existing addresses. And basically, people lose all their money they have. So you read it in the news all the time. Crypto is bad. It's really, really bad. But where does the complexity come from? So it comes from the private key management, so that you have to take care of your private keys. It comes from very high gas fees on Ethereum. It comes from a lack of security and also from complex wallet addresses. So what can we do about it? So there is now like a new type of account, which is called smart account. The old accounts, while securing your passphrases and passkeys, was made by externally owned accounts. So they are controlled by a private key. This was the default until last year, and probably most of the people are still using those accounts. But the new default will be something else. It's called smart accounts, and smart contract accounts are controlled by code. So this makes a huge difference to that, and this will be the new default by 2024 and the upcoming years. So, yeah. So how can we reduce the complexity with accounts? And what is account abstraction? Account abstraction is basically moving from EOA accounts to smart contract accounts, and to use code to sign transaction instead of a private key. And it was first introduced at Ethereum Denver, I think in 2022, with the Ethereum improvement proposal for 337. And right now, it's the main driver for a better UX in onboarding. And there are already right now like a lot of infrastructure providers who are doing account abstraction and a lot of wallets who are using smart wallets. And it enables user experience we all know from Web 2. So logging in with your Google account, your Facebook account, logging in with Twitter, with mail, or whatever. So we cannot distinguish anymore if we are like interacting with a Web3 application or still a Web 2 application, which is not on chain. So this will be a huge driver for adoption. Also, we can sign transactions with our passkey just by tapping our phone with our fingerprint, just by looking at our phone with our Face ID, or something else. So, and passkeys are better than passwords because passkeys can't be phished or can't be stolen. They're easy to set up and to use, and you don't need to memorize them. Also, you don't have to pay for your gas, because account abstraction makes it possible for others to pay for your gas fees. So there can be paymasters and sponsors who are paying for your gas, because like your whole wallet is managed by a smart contract wallet, and you can configure it as you like. Also, you can establish social recovery, so you can select friends who can recover your account before you will lose like all of your funds. And it's also Vitalik Buterin's. So Vitalik Buterin's is the founder of Ethereum, and it's also his preferred wallet recovery method. And yeah, also it enables session keys. So this is a time-limited approval for an application. A session key is like a password that someone resets every time they log in. And yeah, that are all the things account abstraction can enable. So here summarized, and the onboarding process is really much simplified. So instead of all those steps you saw, it's just 3 steps. And this is how a wallet address looks like. So a wallet address in Ethereum looks like this. It's 40 characters of hexadecimal numbers and letters. And you cannot remember this, basically. So you have to make sure that you're copying the right addresses and so on. So you also have EOA addresses on different chains that might be the same, but they can also be different, especially when using smart wallets because of some technical issues there are. And yeah, we also want to like ENS. What ENS does is simplifying like addresses. So they turn addresses, alphanumeric addresses, into human-readable names. So this is Vitalik Buterin's alphanumeric address, and this is also the same address, but resolved like as a human-readable name. And it's also tamper-proof, stored on a blockchain. So you can imagine of ENS. ENS is like, so ENS stands for Ethereum Name Service or System, and it's like the Internet DNS naming service. So when we are browsing the Internet today, we are also not typing in IP addresses. We are typing in google.com, facebook.com, instagram.com, or whatever. And this is how we will also navigate in Web3 in the future. And in the future, it will not only be or vitalik.ethereum.eth. It can be any domain, any ending, any name. So yeah, that's the future. And you will navigate with your name with one domain on multiple networks. And yeah, bringing it all together, the future of onboarding is achieving like full private and public key abstraction. We also achieve like seamless network onboarding, and we will overcome all the complexities that are there. And we will also create one unified namespace for the global chain economy. Also, it is possible to transfer existing Web2 top-level domains into a smart wallet, because with gasless DNS SIG, you are able to transform existing domain into a wallet address. So what I just showed you, this could be also google.com or db.de, and behind it, there could be a crypto wallet. And yeah, so let's get to the, I skipped one slide. So, and the domain, and this is how the onboarding process will look like. So just 3 simple steps: installing a wallet, selecting a username, and authenticate. And if you don't believe me, let's have a look at the hackathon project. So there was this hackathon project. It's called Chainlink Constellation. Who doesn't know Chainlink? Chainlink is a decentralized blockchain oracle network, which is built on Ethereum, and the network is intended to use to facilitate and transfer of tamper-proof data from off-chain sources to on-chain smart contracts. So basically, it puts data from the real world into the chain, on the chain. And this is what it does, basically. but they also have like a lot of other technologies, like for example, Chainlink CCIP, which is like a cross-chain interoperability protocol where you can communicate between different chains, and also data feeds. We used for our project CCIP and data feeds. And yeah, the hackathon project, the hackathon was the biggest hackathon project ever, with more than 18,500 participants. And you see that there are like a lot of use cases being implemented. Yeah, and guess what? We won the grand prize. So pretty nice, and that was quite cool. I have to drink something. So, and all the things I just showed you, like passkey signing, no wallet addresses, no seed phrases, and that you don't have to pay gas fees, and you can like onboard to Web3 with one domain to multiple chains. Just take out your smartphone and try it in 1 minute. But first I will show you how it looks like. So you will, in the first step, you will select your domain. So you can either take some ideas which are proposed by an AI, or just type in your own name, and then you click select domain. The next step, when you typed in, like for example, in this case, passkey, you will create a passkey account or an account, and then you have to create your passkey, in this case from the browser. So, but it also works on your phone. And right now you will just select the passkey you just created, and then you will log in, and in the background, like all of those smart wallets are being configured on each chain, and also your domain, which is connecting and communicating with all of those chains. And then you will log in. You just select the passkey account or the passkey you just created and authenticate with that, because it's yours and it's on your phone. And with that, you are basically onboarded. So this is what it takes. So it looks really easy, and it is also easy. So this is how it looks like when you have funds on the wallet. So with Chainlink data feeds, all of those aggregated funds from this test network, so it can be Avalanche, Polygon, Optimism, or Base. In this case, they will all be aggregated and summarized in your account. And just try it out now if you want. Just go to unwallet.me and create your multi-chain domain, and you can only type in lowercase letters. And I can wait a little bit, and I can see if somebody already did it and it worked. So the first one who did it can raise the hand. And everything you're entering is not like on the mainnet, it's all on the testnet, so you don't have to pay anything, it's all safe. Is there anyone already done? Failed? Oh. It worked? Perfect. With your name? Okay, perfect. So how was your experience? Did you had experience before in Web3? I guess yes, right? Is there anyone who has not have any experience yet in Web3 or any touch points and still could create a wallet? Okay. Question. So, yeah, I mean, like in that case. So the question was, what happens if you lose your phone? So yeah, basically it's a passkey, and like this was a hackathon project, so this is not a real project. But like in production, we would also like establish like some social recovery functions and also some backup functions where you can set up friends or family members who can, like in case of emergency or if you lost some phone or something, you can like still get access to your account. Okay, so are there any questions? Yeah.
Did you say there's no gas? And if so, how is that possible?
So there's no gas because, as I explained in the beginning, because of account abstraction, that's that whole concept. And this whole concept also includes like the paymaster. And the paymaster is someone who can be a sponsor for paying your gas. So if you're like having a blockchain and you want to build up a blockchain and you want to establish a name system on your chain, you can just fund all your users to incentivize them using your chain by paying their gas fees. So like, because like the whole, someone pays. So it's not free because the gas fees has to be paid. That's how the protocol works, but you don't have to pay them yourself. So you can let someone pay for your gas fees. So yeah, let's go to the third part and how we are going to turn this hackathon project into a real project. And we named it Smart Domains. And what you will see now is like an exclusive preview because the website is not live. Nobody has seen any of the designs I'm showing right now. And it will be live like in a few weeks. Yeah, and that's Smart Domains. On-chain usernames enabling the future of multi-network smart wallets. And we are offering a personalized domain system for a secure and unique online presence. And we also have a huge tech stack. It's all open source. I will not explain everything in detail, but it will be also white labeled. So when you're navigating Web3 in the future, you will not even see that we are like in the background because like we have a white label solution. So like any wallet and any roll up or anybody basically will be able to integrate our protocol. And this is what it looks like. Then you can have like one name dot another name dot something, and it can be the contrast is quite bad right now. But it can be dennis.native.id, paula.smart.eth, michael.native.id, or it can also be ferris.cryptohubmalta.org. So because you can have custom namespaces as a service, and you as Crypto Hub Malta, you are already owning this domain because this is the domain you are using to publish the information about what's happening, what's going on. So what you can do is you can transfer this domain, this top-level Web 2 domain, which is not Web 3 yet, but you can turn it to that, into a Web 3 domain. And you can build up on your domain you are owning a username system for all the members of the Crypto Hub Malta, for example. And you can reach this with a seamless onboarding flow with on-chain usernames and multi-network smart wallets, as I showed. Yeah, and this is pretty awesome. And also there was this news of GoDaddy and Ethereum name service. GoDaddy is one of the biggest domain registrars in the world, and they did a partnership with ENS. And if your domain is from GoDaddy, basically, you can just go to their website and transfer this domain into a Web3 wallet. Yeah, and here we are. So network abstraction for smart accounts, an improved onboarding experience for users. And it will be, by the start, already supported by more than 500 apps and wallets because it's ENS native. So everywhere where ENS is already implemented, you will be able to use our protocol. And ENS is already implemented on more than 500 apps and wallets. So what we do is basically we scale ENS to the masses. That's why we say let's onboard the next billion people. And who will be able to use smart domains? So this is the last part. So we will be finished soon, Ferris, no worries. And so any wallet that is out there, they can integrate our protocol for on-chain usernames, and then they can replace error-prone public addresses. So it also works with EOA addresses and smart wallets. And also apps and games. So if you are a game developer building a game for Web3, so this will be a white-labeled one-click onboarding experience for your users. So if you're playing a game and you are reaching some status and gaining some items and you want to transfer them to another platform, it's all yours because it's Web3. So you own what you do. And also we can reach brand awareness because everybody knows which game you're playing, which community you belong to, and you have unlimited monetization options. Then we have communities like Crypto Hub Malta. We can offer like a uniquely branded usernames for members. So we can reach visibility within the whole Web3 ecosystem. We can also do unique monetization options. And we can also maybe do exclusive membership perks. So you can airdrop an NFT to all of your Crypto Hub Malta users, or anything else, or an invitation to an event, or whatever you can imagine. And then we have rollups. So rollups are layer 2s of Ethereum. So for example, Coinbase just launched CB.id, which is their own specific username system. And you can onboard users gas-free on-chain. Also subnames are integrated out of the box, and it's all white-labeled. So maybe if Kraken in the future thinks about setting up a new rollup or L2, they could either do it all by themselves or just use our protocol. And then we have end users, so everyone. So that's the easiest possible onboarding experience for users. And we can aggregate and control all smart wallets on different chains under one domain and explore Web3 basically without boundaries and with more than 500 integrations. So that's it summarized. And if you are interested in following us, so this is our Twitter account. And if you want to reach out to me, this is my Telegram handle. Thank you.
We are a crypto-native community that aims to learn and share knowledge together. Join us at Soho, The Strand, every Wednesday to dive into our questions section live.